Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy once again, Serpent 20 Gaming, back with another video. Check out all my social media stuff. I'll leave everything down in the description box down below. Uh, get familiar with your boy. You know what I mean? About to give you this unfortunate news. I really didn't want to make a video about it. Like, I really just want people to enjoy the newest Nintendo console hybrid for what it is. But I keep getting hit up on Twitter, Google Plus, all that good stuff, man. On constantly, like, everybody want to know my thoughts about this. The Nintendo Switch has a lot of problems, and unfortunately, I can't really speak on it personally because I haven't gone out there and got the Switch myself. And according to all the other videos and all the people that have been complaining about this, you know what I mean, it's a good damn thing that it's a good reason why I didn't, man. Dropping $300 on a Switch just to have these kind of problems, I would be pissed off like a motherfucker. So everybody's like, well, Serpent, what are you talking about, man? I'm about to give you guys a rundown. Now, I'm not going to try to like name off every single problem, but basically, I'm gonna just give you guys a rundown of what I feel is the most important issues, and hopefully, Nintendo can somehow rectify that to a certain degree. But so I'm just gonna get right into it, man. I'm just gonna get right into it real quick. Um, the Nintendo Switch came out, March 3rd, whatever. People came out and bought their console. It's supposedly sold like hotcakes. You know what I mean? Like, it's sold out everywhere. You barely could get a pre-order in. All that good stuff. That goes along with the Pro controller and Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is, I guess, is their number one best-selling game out the gate. Which, duh, it's a no fucking brainer because that's basically the only launch title that everybody was really interested in. Hell, even I would be interested in it out of that whole lineup. Let's just be honest. So whoever came out with the Switch most likely got Zelda. So that's why not only the Switch numbers are up, at least at least as far as the UK right now. I guess we got a few numbers from the UK, and they're also saying like, look, the Zelda is the best game ever, which, I'm not going to take anything away from that. Zelda's been a great game for, damn near 20, 30 fucking years. So that goes without saying. So now I'm just going to get into the hardware right now. So the hardware issues that I find to be the utmost disrespectful to the consumer, they have the left Joy-Con. I guess it doesn't sync properly. Now I believe Nintendo came out and said that they coming out with a patch to fix that synchronized left Joy-Con issue. You'll see like people who've been playing Zelda, Link has been getting murdered by a lot of enemies just because the player can't move Link. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a minor issue, but if it can be fixed with a patch, cool beans. Also, that damn, I've been told that the tablet itself has been it can get warped, like bent out of shape if you if you actually put a lot of force into it. That could be a problem. Also, people are not feeling the analog sticks. I mean, I guess it's not clicky enough. Now, me personally, like I said before, I don't have one, so don't really quote me on this because I don't personally have one to actually criticize and judge it. But I'm just going based on a lot of people issues, stuff like that. And I'm just gonna give you guys my overall thoughts. Um, and also, I guess the tablet itself, it's been conceptualized poorly, right? I guess a lot of the ports are like underneath the bottom where you need to dock the switch at, and even then, even when it's docked, your screen can get scratched the hell up. So I'm like, all right, well, you drop $300 on a tablet, and you would figure that the dock station itself should be able to prevent the scratching. You know what I mean? Like now I could see wear and tear. I could see a couple years down the line, like you're constantly docking and undocking, docking and undocking, and you're losing the cushion in between and all that. You feel what I'm saying? I could see if it was something towards that, then yeah. But people would say, look, just go get a screen protector, which is fine. Like if it was me, I would go get a screen protector. You know what I mean? Just based on that fact alone. And people are saying that their screens are getting frozen. Like when people are playing fucking Zelda and shit, uh, the screen can lock on you. Now, not a lot of people have this problem. I believe, it's only a select few of these people that have these kind of problems, and that's just my overall take. And I'm just giving y'all just a few of these issues. Now, people believe that this console's been rushed, and I kind of have to agree on that. Like it has been rushed. Um, but that goes without saying. This is nothing new. Um, PS4 came out; it didn't have all the features it has now. Xbox One, same thing. I guess Xbox One had too many features to the point where players were getting confused and didn't know where settings were and all this other shit. Um, which reasons why people bought the connector for the voice commanding to go to the settings and all that stuff, and that kind of justified the problem, I guess, a little bit until they updated the UI. But um, from what I saw, from what I get from the actual UI from the Switch itself, from what I saw on videos and whatnot, people, you gotta understand something, man. It's always gonna come out bare bones. Every new iteration of a console, no matter what it is, it always gonna lack the features that you would believe should come out the gate with, right? A lot of people are getting mad that they didn't come out with all the VODs, like your Netflix, your Hulu, and all that stuff. And now they came out and saying that they're gonna bring those VODs into the system. So for people that was worried about all that stuff, you don't have to worry about that at all. The Netflix and Hulu and all that goodness, it's coming. It's coming. You just got to wait. Um, and also, I guess people are having problems with their Joy Cons getting like attaching to the actual grip, I guess. And people are getting, like, I guess the Joy Cons are actually getting stuck to the point where you can't even slide it out. And not only kids are having this kind of problem, but the adults are having this problem. Now, me personally can't really tell you that you can't be that dumb, because I personally don't have one to even say that I could be smart about it or not. Maybe I would make the same mistake if I did have one. But again, it goes without saying. It gets locked into the point where people have to put in something flat, like a butter knife or a flathead screwdriver or something like that, just to slide out the Joy Cons. And I feel like if you have to go through that kind of method, you could jam up. I feel like you can mess up your Joy Con like that. And I saw a video where people were compiling all these problems, and one guy actually got hurt to the point where he slit his well, he didn't slit it too deep, but his thumb was starting bleeding and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, if you have to go through all that shit just to make sure you remove your Joy-Con and insert it properly, it's like, wow, man, damn. That to me is crazy. Now, for those who love their Switch, who don't have a problem with their Switch, this doesn't really go out to you, but this do go out to the people who may be on the fence about it, who probably won't eventually get one, or probably would get one in the future, something like that. Because if it was me, I would want to know these kind of things, because these kind of things has to justify that purchase. You know what I mean? Because you're not just paying the $300. You're paying for the accessories. You're paying for a game. You're paying for memory cards for the the SD cards and all that stuff. Because that 25 gigs of space is not going to do it. It's not going to cut it. And I believe, if correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe um, Breath of the Wild takes about 13 to 14 gigs. So that's basically like half the space. And people are saying to get that physically. Don't never get that digitally unless you have the SD cards for that extra space. You know what I mean? And I guess the friend code thing, right? People are, well, I can't say they don't have. I think they have a small gripe with the friend code thing, where you can't just send a friend, you like the name or whatever, they're like the Nintendo ID. Like mine is Serpent 20 for my 3DS. So for those who want to, add me to their 3DS, that's my Nintendo ID. I mean, all that good stuff. So, but at the same time, you have these, like, I guess it's like a people are like making the jokes about that you have to put in like a social security number, like it's like a 9-digit type of code or a 9-character code, whatever. But it to me, you love your Nintendo, enjoy your Nintendo, man. You love the games, play your games. This is not really a bash type of video. This is just my thoughts on the whole, the since launch. It did better than its predecessor, I believe, out the gate, but it doesn't, that to me doesn't really say much, because I feel like it's too early to tell. Nintendo decided that I believe they said they wanted to sell this like 100 minute. They want this to be sold like 100 million units by the end of its cycle. They believe it's going to get 40 million by the end of the year. Whether that's true or not, whether that could possibly be happening, who knows at this point? We won't know until we start getting MPDs and things like that. Even though I am very interested in Zelda. I'm like on the fence with Zelda, but I'm leaning towards like I want to play it. It's been getting great reviews. For those who follow Digital Foundry, I guess they're saying it's a great game. They only had a few hiccups here and there where the frame rates dropped to like 20 or something like that. Whether that's a deal breaker for you, I guess that's up to the player, I guess, eventually. But a lot of people saying they don't have that kind of problem, but some did. Some say it's only in a certain area. So if you can avoid the area, if you can, if there's nothing you can, if there's not an objective in that area, I probably would avoid it if possible, just to get a kick out of it. Most people are not playing this as a console. They're playing it more like a in handheld, and they should, because if y'all remember from my last Nintendo video, I even said that, look, this feels like it's promoting more like a handheld than an actual console, even though it's a hybrid of the two. And from your regular media sites to the YouTubers, everybody are using this as a handheld, most likely. People who have jobs that wants to be like that they're working constantly on the go. It's a good system. I don't knock it. My only concern when it comes to the handheld portion is the fact that I don't want them to kill off the 3DS, but I feel like it's going to lead to that route, especially if they have the 3DS exclusives going to the Switch, like your Pokemons, your Monster Hunters, your Fire Emblems, games like that, like the big heavy hitters that made the 3DS successful for what it is now. I think what, 70-80 million strong. Yeah, you don't want, I like, people don't think it's going to kill off that fame because it has those numbers, but you never know with Nintendo. They tend to do their own thing. They tend to follow the beat of their own drum, and it's fine if you're gonna be a pioneer that way. It's fine, but you have to do it in the right way. And that's just my, like, me personally, that's just my only gripe. Besides those problems, man, I don't know. Like, do you think that justified the purchase? Me personally, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. I can't tell you to not buy it. I can't tell you to go get it. This is just my problems. This is just my issues that I have when it comes to the Switch. Now, people got to understand, consoles always going to have that rough launch. Um, Even when the PS4 came out, I think they sold what, 1 million units within 24 to 48 hours, and that's just in America alone. So yeah, and even that, it had its problems, you know what I mean? But Sony continued to fix their stuff, you know what I mean? And I feel like Nintendo has a chance to do the same thing here, especially if they want this console to shine. It has potential. I said that in my other Nintendo videos as well. It has the potential, like, especially with third party. Like, if you had a game where you can take on the go, which normally you would think it's a game for home consoles, you know what I mean? It's that could be the plus it has, and to persuade gamers to get the Switch version rather than the other versions. You see what I'm saying? So that's just it. Like, it has the potential. So this is not me bashing it all the way. It has its ups, but the downs weighs a lot more than the ups do, at least as far as today. It only been what, 6, yeah, damn near a week. So that's all I'm saying. The Switch. Um, the only game I'm interested right now is Zelda. So do $300 justify that one game? Some can say yeah, but me, I'm like, I'm not just gonna drop money on a console just for one game. I don't have a Wii U. If I did, I would get the Wii U version. People are saying that the Wii U version of Zelda is more playable, or at least more enjoyable, even though I feel like the Switch got a graphical upgrade, if I remember right. It's better graphically on the Switch. Please don't quote me on that. I'm just I'm just going by based on what I think right now. I believe that's the case. Um, and yeah, that's just it, man. Like, people messing up the Joy Cons, getting hurt trying to undo it, screen scratching up, being docked. Like, people are actually being careful right now. Like, for those who don't have screen protectors, and which is fun. Like, I don't understand why screen protectors are cheap, but I can see the gripe because you dropped a lot of money. Some people drop like maybe damn near $500 if you're trying to get the complete set, like maybe extra Joy Cons, the Pro controller, um, SD cards, games. If you're trying to get more than Zelda, like things like that, you're going to drop a lot of money just to get it right now, because when you try to pre-order stuff, like especially with Nintendo's case, you see what happened with the NES Classic. It's like, when you see it on the market, you have to rush and get that. Otherwise, you're gonna be waiting on weeks. And people may say it's a pull by Nintendo, and I feel like they say, for what I heard, Nintendo does this all the time, where the supply doesn't meet the demand. You feel what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of people demanding it, but they lack the supply on purpose, just to show that, oh yeah, we're selling out. Look, you can't get it anywhere else. Look, it's sold out on Amazon. Blah 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 blah. I don't know that for a fact, so I'm not gonna say that's a fact, but it is what it is. I think that's it, man. I'm not gonna dwell on this too long. That's just my thoughts, my overall thoughts. Um, the Switch itself. I want Nintendo to do well, man. I really like. See, I hate, like, I feel like I'm broken record at this point. I really do, because I always tell people, like, yo, I grew up with Nintendo, man. Nintendo NES was my first console. It what made me a gamer. It got me into gaming, especially when I was playing things like Super Mario Brothers. Um, Donkey Kong and Mario, like that, those games, like itself, the first Final Fantasy, games like that made me want to continue being a gamer like I like the art that it brings. I like the enjoyment that it brings. Um, a form of escapism from the real world. Even though I was a kid then, even as a kid, you have problems. You know, whether you had, you know, schoolwork, maybe bullies, whatever. Even though I never had that bully problem, but you know, people may have bullies and all that stuff, and coming home to a console, to the game that they love, maybe escape them from that. You know what I mean? It's just that those things made me a gamer. And for Nintendo to really try to turn it around, but still try to keep true to what they do, it's going to be it's going to be an ongoing uphill battle, I feel, from here on out. I feel like a lot of these things they can easily fix, maybe with a new iteration. If they ever get a new iteration, maybe 2 years down the line, maybe they can actually fix some of these. Some of these, like the Switch itself doesn't have a optical port or Ethernet port, so you have to do everything wirelessly. Oh yeah, matter of fact, now that just reminded me, there's another problem where you have to literally turn off all your wireless devices, even microwaves. Microwaves can affect the signal of your Switch. Now, I don't know about you, but I never come across a problem where I had to turn off like your cell phones. Now, I'm feel like, damn, well, you can't really turn off your cell phone because you really don't you have to use that to chat? Don't you have to use that to talk to people with? So if you turn that off, how can you do that? You know what I mean? And now it's like, now if you wanted to play your Switch, you like, damn, I gotta turn off my phone. I gotta turn off Bluetooth devices. I gotta turn off maybe your router even. Maybe and then like you can't put something in the microwave. You gotta make sure you cook shit, or cook shit in your microwave first, and then turn off your microwave so you can play your Switch without any form of interruption or connectivity issues. You see what I'm saying? So that's just another thing out there. But that's it, man. Like the video if you like it. Sub to my channel if you haven't already. Um, I have a Patreon. If you want to support me that way, I'm not begging. I'm not begging. It's only if you want to, right? Only if you want to. Um, Support me. Um, do what you do. But that's it, man. I'm out, man. This has been your favorite gamer entertainer, as well as your favorite gaming commentator, signing off. Have a blessed day. Peace out.